John, congratulations on a successful title defense at heavyweight. So, I guess like you talked at media day, fighting in Madison Square Garden was important to you. Fighting in New York, fighting Stipe. So, now that you got through it in like such impressive fashion, I guess what are the emotions now?
I feel really, really great. I haven't watched the fight yet, but based on my team's reactions, they said, John, you performed great. Being out there, you want things to go perfect, and nothing ever goes perfect in the cage. You're not going to land every shot. You're going to get hit. But I feel really good. I just can't wait to watch it. Yeah. It's hard to say what my reaction is. I've won a lot of world championships, so it's a very familiar feeling. But I am very, very grateful. I'm so grateful.
You said not everything goes perfect in there, so I guess relative to the game plan you guys put together and how it played out, is that relatively how you saw it? Like the trip at the beginning, the elbows, the 12-6 we saw in there.
Yeah. The coaches definitely wanted me to find that 12-6 elbow. I wish I could have landed it more legit. Stipe did a really good job with his defense and the bottom. The trip was completely unexpected. It was a takedown that just kind of came to me in the moment. And I was grateful to have been able to pull that off. One thing that I'm really excited about was that spinning back kick. Yeah. That was the one thing I'm really excited about. I have amazing coaches. I have Brandon Gibson, Greg Jackson, Coach Alex, Coach Aaron. I'm just naming some of my striking coaches right now. But I really want to give a shout out to my Taekwondo coach, a guy named Paige Bates from Albuquerque, New Mexico. His family owns Bates Taekwondo in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We started about 6 months ago. We started doing the spinning back kick. He would come over my house 3 days a week, and I've worked that same kick from both stances 3 hours a week for several months. And Bruce Lee says that he doesn't fear the man that knows 10,000 kicks, but the man who has worked one kick 10,000 times. And man, I put a lot of work in with that spinning back kick, and it's getting faster and more unpredictable. There's really no tell when it's coming, and it's a devastating shot. I didn't hit Stipe's liver. I hit him on the opposite side, but I mean, it sends shockwaves to a person's body. It can break a rib. It's just a really powerful shot. So I'm really proud of landing that shot after so many hours of working it. Shout out to you, Paige.
And then throughout the fight, especially at the beginning, it looked like that jab was really frustrating him. And then the kicks to the body, just by the time you finished it, it looked like it had taken so he was getting slower and slower and slower. Was that just the plan to just like methodically break him down until he just can't really out of his element?
Yeah, my goal was to I really wanted to Stipe. He beat Daniel Cormier with that left hook to the liver. He did it over and over again. And I really wanted to hit him with that same shot. But once I felt his punching power, I didn't want to lean to the right, my left. I didn't want to be by his right side at all because catching one of his straight rights could end your night. And so instead of working that left hook to the body like we had planned, I worked teeping to the body and the spinning kicks and jabbing to the body, and it worked out great. I watched his DC fight, and we noticed that Stipe can take punishment. He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. You can hit him and hit him and hit him, and he shows no emotion. And I think that's why he's a 6-time world champion. But yeah, I mean, we put him down, and I'm grateful.
He announced he was retiring. He said, "I'm retiring. I'm hanging him up." Did you get a chance to talk to him after the fight?
No, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I spoke to every one of his coaches at different times, some on Octagon and some backstage, and they're all very respectful men. Again, you can see why Stipe is such a long-time champion. He has a really solid group of men around him.
You mentioned about sometimes you would hit Stipe and he'd show no reaction. In the first round, I actually couldn't believe he showed no reaction to the elbows or the fact that he wasn't cut. When you were landing those elbows, were you a little bit surprised? Like, what is this guy actually made of here?
It was weird, bro. Standing in front of him, his head seemed massive. Like, seriously, and I'm not trying to insult him. His head seemed massive. It was like a video game character. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. I had to get past that. I'm like, what is this? And then when I would hit him, it just seemed like he didn't feel a doggone thing. He just showed no reaction. I think a lot of fighters would have quit getting that level of ground and pound, but he has this ability to just take shots. And I started to knew as the time was going on that his body was going to be the only way to victory, and I started to really look for the body shots.
Two more quick ones from me. Obviously you mentioned about the disrespect Stipe has shown you, and you mentioned the clip of him talking about your children. There's been a clip going around online of him on a podcast, I think, with Rampage Jackson. Was that the clip you were referring to?
No, no, no. It was him in his living room, and I don't remember exactly how it was said, but pretty much what he was saying was, when my kids look back on me and my past, at least my kids will never think that I'm an asshole. And the MMA fan base, they're good. I know they're going to find it. And I wouldn't make that up. And even if I did make it up, it's the fight business. If I need to hype myself up, I'll hype myself up. But the truth is, he did say it. He did call me a bitch. And tonight I made him pay for it.